guys, it's Greg, Danny, and Joe here from Ritual Gaming, and we are back with episode 8, the protection episode. Now, obviously, first things first, we are going to discuss the new added protection. Danny, what's your experience been so far with protection? How's it gone?
Well, immediately upon getting the protection thing, I went into Arena just to kind of test it out because I remember Joe sent a message and he was like, "Oh, I went into Arena just to play," and I was like, "Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I got to do that." So I did that, and everything, all the meters look a lot less. Like the health meter is like so much more sparse.
Yeah, they said they did that to make it easier to gauge how much life you have. But
I wondered about that.
Being so used to how it was, I actually find it much more difficult to gauge how much life I've got left.
But yeah, they were kind of saying they wanted to have characters one-shot, like not be one-shot anymore. And I guess in a way, sort of did that, with the exception of a few characters, which we'll talk about later. But
yeah. So
in that sense, it's kind of cool, and especially for compositions like droid teams and stuff, it's much more viable, as people were saying. It's just they're being one-shot less, so they can stick around longer. So in a way, protection is kind of cool in that sense, in Arena.
Yeah.
However, in Galactic War, which we'll talk about later, it's very sucky.
Yeah. Joe, you were saying that one of the things that you found kind of odd was that the highest HP equaled the highest protection. Right?
Yeah, so as I was, you know how it is when you're frantically looking for, information before the release of stuff.
Yeah.
It went around that SWGOH.GG website, which is a cool site. Go check it out. They did their kind of data mine / early leak list of who gets the most protection. And, originally when this upgrade was, update rather, some people would argue whether it's an upgrade, was released, they said that the goal of it was to mean that you would have less situations where people would not have a chance to attack. So I guess we automatically guessed that low HP guys would have large protection and high HP guys would have lower protection because they don't need it. Then it turned out that actually the highest HP guys in the game have the highest protection. And the lowest HP guys in the game, Darth Maul right down at the bottom, has the lowest protection, which I guess makes...
Is he at the very bottom?
He's the very bottom, yeah.
Huh,
and I think the very top is...
Royal-Guard.
I think Royal-Guard is second. I can't remember who's top. But
Poe is insane. He has so much protection.
Yeah, so much protection. So it kind of came out all backwards to what I expected, but the more I think about it, that actually makes sense. Because if they just gave Rey a whole ton of protection, it would be awful. So,
and she definitely did not get a lot of protection.
Definitely did not get it, yeah.
And so, it kind of goes in that thing that we were saying before, a few episodes ago, that mid-range guys kind of get the most benefit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we were saying a couple of episodes back, that and this point kind of stays relevant throughout, is that you've got your super low HP, high damage attackers, and you've got your ultra tanky, just slogfest guys. And we've always kind of maintained that it's these mid-range guys, these guys who are balanced characters, who offer interesting ability sets that are going to be the best, and that we hoped would be the best, because those are the guys you want to use, the guys who have interesting abilities, the Yodas of the world, the
setup guys.
Yeah, the setup guys, where you got to pull off a combo, and it feels more like strategy. We hope those guys would be, and I think that's probably the triumph of protection, is that it gives my experience of protection is that it gives those guys a chance to shine.
Yeah.
But those guys who do some grand AoE sweep, my personal number one favorite is IG-88 now, and his just grand AoE sweep, and it's amazing. I can get it off now, and it changes the course of games, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and that's good. It hasn't become OP, but it also hasn't become useless, kind of like it was. So, yeah, I think mainly it allows you to pull off combos of characters in a more interesting way, to make it brief.
It was very brief. So what about also, there seems to be tank characters too. They've really become, and what you're saying too, Joe, where in order to set up these combos, tank characters have really taken a precedent where they seem to be even more useful than they were before. Royal Guard. I was experimenting a bit with Poe today, obviously, since I'm running droids. I mean, you don't necessarily have to run with droids, but, Stormtrooper Han, we were saying, was really strong. So, Danny, you were saying that your experience with Stormtrooper Han was pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah. Immediately after facing a few Stormtrooper Hans, multiple, actually, it's kind of top-tier character right now. I'm on getting very close to finishing him, and I'm very happy I am.
Jealous. I never even
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, I'm really
I
jealous.
think mine's on
Yeah.
one that I got out of a cantina. I got out of a Galactic War.
I kind of
thought
1
about
out of
this.
80.
Yeah.
I kind of thought about this beforehand, and I'm glad I was right. It's kind of cool where, because of this added protection, obviously as a taunt, he's going to last longer, and that was kind of his downfall before, is that he got taken out pretty quick. But then, with things, because he's a taunt that actually does something, right? Like, if you attack him, everyone gains turn meter up. So with things like Dooku, who's evading, and Phasma, who's giving that advantage, and all these things are now like going to be so much more effective because of his awesome taunt. And,
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with how he's turned out.
It's funny because I felt when I looked, because I was playing against him a bit today, and obviously for those who aren't watching this, the exact date that we release it, we're just the first day of the protection patch. So
12 hours at this point.
Yeah. I
Not
think
even a full day.
we've all played maybe, I don't know, 15 or reading games or something so far with different compositions, and
Well, just 5, which I'll get into
just-
later.
Oh,
Because of the way things panned out, I didn't need to really play anymore. But yeah, we'll get there.
I think with Stormtrooper Han, he needed that. He
Mhm.
needed that so badly, and
Yeah.
I think everyone knew that too. I think some of the tanks like Poe, when I was watching people just wail on my Poe and just not even get through his protection yet, that was insane. And Stormtrooper Han, it seems like he needed that, right? That was like the right amount of health he should have had in the first place, including his protection.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get taken out in 4 hits with maybe an assist or 2 mixed in there. But that's enough. Like, he doesn't need to stick around like a Poe or a Royal Guard. He just needs to stay there a little bit and just give you
Slide that
turn
meter
meter
up,
up. Yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, and what I think, and Joe, I really want to hear your opinion on this, is with Arena now being a little bit longer and having protection available, it seems like more strategy has come into play with protection, with characters like Stormtrooper Han actually being viable.
Mhm.
That creates, when I saw that, and I was getting a little frustrated with Stormtrooper Han, I was playing against it today, I thought, okay, maybe I'll just sub in a Qui-Gon. And I obviously had to think, do I want to spend the money to bring my Qui-Gon to 74, which I really didn't want to do. But it got to the point where you're starting to really, really need those pocket picks that we were talking about before, where if you've got a guy that's got a really strong team against yours, you really have to bring that pocket pick to make up the gap.
Yeah, and I guess it comes back to what I was saying about IG-88. Like, it's about those guys. Now, Qui-Gon's hardly a mid-range guy, but he got a pretty big nerf on his attack stats, as we're going to get into later.
Yeah.
So that's where they have balanced him. Because the problem with Qui-Gon before is that he had this crazy attack, and he has one of the most unique and useful ability sets in the game. And now you're really using him for his ability set alone, not his attack. Which is handy. I mean, never say no to an assist,
Yeah.
But like, I like that, and I mean, this is a thing that's really excited me today. I played 5 games today on my arena. I don't know what happens to the rest of the guys on my server. Normally on my server, I get knocked down 5 ranks while I'm waiting for my timed refresh to go through.
Just for one turn.
For one turn. And then today, nothing happened. And so it just left me able to experiment. And it was the best. And I think the biggest excitement I have is that in Arena, you will not have an Arena team of 5 guys that you leave up 24/7 and play every single game with. You will have to, like Greg said, sub in a guy here because you're facing a team with Royal Guard. And so you need to get rid of his taunt.
Yeah.
And so you've got your Qui-Gon to get rid of the taunt. And then, you might face up against other guys. Like, you're going to come up against a Rey. Like, Rey, she's been nerfed in this, and again, we'll get into it in a bit, but if you don't deal with her, she's still a threat. So you need your assist guys to get rid of those early heavy attackers. And so
And if they're running a Royal Guard, you can really mess up trying to pick off somebody like Rey. Like, she's really easy to get rid of, but if you mess up getting rid of her,
then the Royal Guard goes up, and
exactly.
And so that's where you need your Qui-Gons to come in and remove the taunt, finish Rey off, and keep on going. He'll taunt again the next guy you get down to 50%, but at least then you're 4 on 5 or something. And so that's really it. Like, again, it comes back to these more interesting buffs, debuffs, abilities.
And let's get into that then.
Yeah,
buffs and debuffs definitely have taken a precedent now in the meta. And obviously, as we're discussing this, we are at 74, 75-ish, and so things could change once we get to 80, especially once we get some of those leader abilities that are really could change the synergy of compositions. However, this does seem like protection has changed things to this point. So buffs and debuffs are going to be huge, right? We're already talking about Foresight. That was one thing we were talking about beforehand. Foresight is really good. However, I think it was so much better before.
Yeah.
People were running a lot of resistance pilot. Rey, obviously, right? Even though Rey, maybe she's not as good for different reasons. Yoda. But now, AoE can completely negate it, and AoE with a lot of the characters that can AoE and can cause debuffs because of it, they're so much better.
Yeah, and I think AoE is just so much more important now, especially because of this protection thing, because you want to get rid of everyone's protection at the same time so you can start hacking at those people, rather than just focusing like you were before with just like assist, because that can take twice as long, and then, it just doesn't work that way.
And if you compare an AoE up with an ability block, like a la HK47, IG88, it just gets out of control because you're picking away at that protection, or even at their life, depending on when you decide to pull your AoE, or even if the guy stays alive long enough that you do it twice, even.
Which happens all the time.
Yeah, which seems to be happening now, and ability block is huge because, like we say, abilities are important. So blocking them is equally as important. So that's like really exciting, and those things that were kind of like, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely felt there were certain buffs and debuffs that I didn't even understand and I didn't care.
Yeah, because it didn't matter. Like,
defense down. Like, so what most of the time? You were killing that guy anyway.
They're going to die the next turn anyway. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But now, offense up and defense down, this stuff matters.
Oh, it's
a lot. And
you know what still doesn't seem to matter? Is damage over time. Those dots still really aren't doing anything.
It's unfortunate, actually.
Outside of Galactic War.
Yeah, outside of Galactic War, that sucks. But
Asterix outside of Galactic War.
But yeah, I remember when they were like, this is going to matter now, and then they had to change it back because it was screwing up the game. It was bugging the thing, right?
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of useless. Like, it sucks for people like Sid, who's got that AoE that doesn't do much damage, but gives you damage over time. But so what?
Yeah,
I mean, a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, Vader's not as appealing as he was. Kylo Ren.
I wonder, though. I feel like maybe as we progress, stuff like that, especially if once we get to 80, characters are a little bit stronger and things slow down even more, which obviously might annoy quite a few people, but if they do slow down even more and you're really getting into slogging it out, you might even get some teams like that could just auto run in arena and they're just using dots and kind of bogging down the other team.
Anything can happen.
It's interesting, yeah.
My hope is that as we reach 80, that the power of people's attacks raises to reach the effect of protection, just to avoid this. And we've.
I see what you mean.
One of the major complaints we've been seeing around in the community at the moment is that it's slowed things down to the point where you might not even finish. Yeah. And I'm hoping that the ability to attack, it's kind of like a crossing point, where they meet in harmony and you can finish your game in 5 minutes if you're in arena.
It correlates with life totals.
With life totals a bit more, because I feel like, if anything, it's a tad out of whack at the moment, and it's really annoying some people.
I just want to throw in an observation that I had today. The two heavy hitters in my team currently, Genosian Soldier and IG-86, their assist attacks can still one-shot people.
Yeah, there's still once you got that protection out of the way.
It's true.
Yeah,
But
I mean, range
with
is still decent.
even with the protection on there,
Mhm.
like
If you get a double crit,
if
on
you get
a
double
soft
crits.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
can definitely take it like a ray. You can
Yeah.
take her down
You actually, I did that today a couple times with IG-86 where.
through her protection, one shot ray.
Oh yeah, because
Wow,
you
yeah.
the first shot you crit like 10k, let's say on go through her shield, the
Mhm.
protection, and then the second shot you crit 10k again and just wipe her out.
She's down, yeah. So yeah, it's going to be interesting as people begin to level how the curve starts to level out.
Well, okay, so we mentioned before then how protection is really affecting a lot of different parts of the game, and one of those parts too that we're discussing is Galactic War. So let's take a look at Galactic War now and how protection has really changed Galactic War. And one of the things that we were talking about was, why do enemies have protection? Now, before, if Galactic War hadn't changed and it was the way it was before, especially if you're higher on the arena ladder and they were just throwing level equal to your level teams in the first 3 nodes,
crazy weird builds or whatever.
it would just, I think I would
My
be
Savage
very
Oprah's
sad.
lead team.
Yeah. You know, because if in the first 3 nodes you were facing against other Galactic War teams that had protection, I think this would be a bit more painful. However, it does seem Galactic War now, once you get to the last, I don't know, what are we talking about, like 6 nodes?
Okay.
You know, that's when you're starting to hit guys that have protection, right?
Mhm.
What's the qualifications for protection? It's a gear level
7.
so,
Gear
gear
level
level
7.
7, right? So let's say
That's
last,
basically purple, right? That's just
Your first, as soon as you hit purple.
Yeah.
yeah.
As soon as you,
Okay, so last 6 nodes in Galactic War, you're gonna face a bunch of guys that have protection, and you've already faced the first 6 nodes. Danny, what do you feel about this?
See, that kind of irritated me. But I think this irritated me because I had a weird experience today where I didn't finish my Galactic War from yesterday. So I played today, my yesterday's Galactic War, right?
Okay.
So it did this weird thing where it didn't give them protection.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? They were still going from yesterday's comps.
maybe it's guys who didn't update their app.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I was facing entire teams without protection, and I had protection. So it just made sense to me that, like, okay, they got rid of my protection within the first match. Now we're even, and now I can continue facing even teams.
Yeah.
Whereas now, and then I finished the Galactic War and then refreshed, and then now I'm facing teams with protection, and within the first 3-4 nodes, my protection is gone. And then I'm facing teams who have basically double health, so it just seems kind of unbalanced where I can't do anything. I can heal back up to full health, but they're still double health, basically. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just very frustrating.
I mean,
Have
I
you seen
actually,
this, Joe?
yeah, I kind of like it. I reset at midnight last night because I'd already completed the one from the day before, and I just reset and I went to bed as soon as my game reset, and then I woke up and my first team first node had protection.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Mine did too. Yeah.
and
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my first 5 didn't.
I don't know.
have it.
Maybe I'm a sadist because I've been saying this all day. But I love it. Like it's just made it harder, and
The
that's
thing we're all complaining about constantly is Galactic War, and now that it's harder, you're loving it?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't know,
I was
man.
I'm on like a 20-25 day streak of not losing Galactic.
That's insane. That's
Um,
very.
No, I've been very lucky
That's
as well.
very-
That's
but-
Barris,
man,
and you know
still.
what? I got a Barris. I got up to 6 stars. If there's old videos you can go back and watch where I'm just smothering myself in Barris juice. That's gross. And
What is Barris
I don't
juice? I
even
feel like
know.
it'd be like
it sounds like a fruit.
dark.
It sounds like a
purple.
fruit.
It's a gross
Something
drink.
gross.
They
Yeah.
eat it in real hip vegetarian
Yeah.
delis. Yeah.
Like Tatooine or something.
And Tatooine, that hipster vegetarian deli. They ride the
There's
Pixie
definitely
speeders to the
Yeah.
for some Barris juice.
Pixie speeders.
Anyway, I've been enjoying it. Like it's been a challenge, and I've really had to think before every single game and really look at their team and go, all right, they got a Lumi, so they're going to heal. They got a this, so they're going to do that. They're going to jinx, so I've got a jank. And like that's why I play video games.
Yeah.
Like it takes longer, and our buddy who we were just chatting to beforehand from the Skunk Community's Redemption Wings was saying his biggest worry was
how long
this is gonna take, and like it's a mobile phone game. He doesn't have the time to do it, and maybe it's a symptom of the fact that I had a bunch of free time today, in which I sunk a good hour into just really sitting down with Galactic War and strategizing.
I think though with Galactic War, people are always so focused around finishing Galactic War. Sometimes I don't finish Galactic War. You know,
and just reset the next time.
And especially too, like if you're going up on, you're continually hitting at least the top 10 of your ladder, right? You're so flooded by arena tokens or whatever they're officially called. I don't know.
Shipment tokens.
Yeah, arena shipment tokens.
Yeah, sure. Let's call them
green crystals.
Yeah, green crystals. The sweet green crystals. So with that, you can kind of subsidize being a little bit lazy with Galactic War. I know you shouldn't be, because obviously you get a lot of ability mats and money.
The money, yeah.
But
for me, it's money.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're careful, you don't have to beat it every time if you don't want to.
No, you don't have to do anything. You don't need to come first in arena every day if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's.
But then at the same time, like you were saying,
it's
a phone game.
It's about beating it, right?
Yeah, and you want to play the game. Just get as high as you can.
Yeah.
But
in the time that you have to play
with you. It's already challenging enough. I don't think you need to make it more challenging.
Galactic War.
I don't think they did. I just think they've added an element in that people haven't worked out yet.
I think maybe too it'll come down when we get to 80 that it might not be as big of a deal.
And we were saying that maybe they're going to add characters or abilities that have something to do with protection, right? Yeah. So that
would be great. You're just protection wiping AoE that can only work in Galactic War, perhaps. You know, because it might unbalance arena,
or bring protection back.
Yeah.
Because currently
even Galactic War specific abilities could be interesting that just don't work in arena but work in every other part of the game.
I doubt they'll ever put that.
No, I know, but you know.
I've always wanted that. Yeah. When you. I've always wanted that in games because I used to be really into playing WoW Arena. And if anyone's watching this play WoW Arena before, everyone that was playing WoW Arena always hoped that they would kind of nerf or buff abilities just for inside arena, but it seems like game companies just really never want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing we were talking about before is, okay, even though you can't regain your protection, it is a slight nerf to heals in Galactic War, because healers used to be very, very good, and now if you're fighting teams that have protection, even if you do have a heal up, or you've just used to heal and you have your team at 100%, you're kind of fighting a team at 200%.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. And so, if they do bring in characters that can reestablish your protection. I keep forgetting the name of it. Protection.
Should have called it Fortitude.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say that.
What a better name.
But that's such a nitpicky thing you gotta do. I agree. Fortitude was much better.
Yeah, it's like when they changed the Nintendo Revolution to the Wii.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's a joke about 2006, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Barris, imagine another healer that could reestablish protection.
Yeah.
Or a support character, and then Barris on the same team.
Another thing that's I've been working wonders for me in Galactic War today is run Lumi lead, and you just dodge a lot, and your protection stays up.
So it's like the equivalent of Dooku lead. You got it,
but in Galactic War, so you got to protect your protection. You know what I mean? Keep it going as long. It depends how you come at it. If you want to just attack Galactic War exactly as you've been doing it for the last 3 months, then it's going to suck. But if you want to come at it and look at it as a challenge to overcome, which is what a Galactic War should be, then I think you can,
get it.
You can have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I see, yes. Just play with it. I get it. Okay.
Yeah. Play with it. Like, it was, for me today, it was like, okay, Galactic War I got to finish. Instead I was like, oh, damn. All right, what do I do? And from round one, I was like, well, I don't want to lose my protection by
node 3. You definitely have to be more precarious.
Yeah, normally you just go like through like the first 6. And then this time I was like, no, I know about this protection thing before going in. Like, I don't want to lose this by turn 3 because it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I think
doing rounds like 1, 2,
and
3, you're just running those guys where you're just going to smoke out the other guy.
And normally
they're not even going to touch you.
Yeah, you wouldn't use your abilities in round 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
But now you got to, just to get them down quicker.
We were discussing this too, though. You're right. You wouldn't use assists and stuff like that. We were discussing this too, though. How does the regain work of protection? Because it does say
cannot work.
I can't figure it out either.
Are you getting
obviously,
any back?
guys? This is new to us. Maybe there's something we missed online.
There was a
But-
little avatar that popped up when she was explaining protection to you.
Did you just
the
tap
lady-
through it real quick?
The lady,
Yeah, I tapped it
yeah.
pretty quick. But she was saying something about between each battle, your protection, if you still have it, will go up.
Once it's
Okay.
gone though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
So
it's
you
gone,
gotta be
it's
even
gone.
more careful with it.
Yeah, be more careful with it. Protect your protection.
Okay, so let's go in now to, again, how protection is affecting another thing. I know we've been talking about protection for a long time, but, I mean, this is a huge,
Probably the single
huge
biggest thing.
change.
Yeah.
More than any of these slight character balance, or even more than slight character balances, that protection thing is game changer.
Yeah.
Completely.
So, arena timings. Obviously, if you're in the top 10 of your arena, you're very aware of the timings that you want to go in at certain times to try and hold your position, to hold rank 1, to get to rank 1, blah, 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 all those things. It seems like arena timings are really going to be affected by this. For example, I used to go in when you'd have about 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to arena, and then try and drag that arena match out. I mean, obviously you can drag it out for the 5 minutes, come back, quickly pay to go back in, and then go into the next fight, and then you're leaving about a 30-second amount of time for the person, so there's no way they can beat you in 30 seconds. But now, I feel like you can leave minute,
Yeah.
20 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this-
minute 20, minute 30,
This
even if
is-
you're
A
your
minute's
team's really
crazy
tanky.
safe. You
Oh,
know?
a minute's super safe.
But before a minute,
A minute
wasn't.
is the new 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
If you guys have no idea what we're talking about right now, we made an arena video a couple of weeks ago.
Is this
About-
still up?
Yeah, it's,
Is this- okay,
it's
yeah.
about how we approach arena and how we guarantee that we all get first every single day by metagaming the timer. And anyone who comes in first every day will know what we're talking about. But if you're watching this video and you don't, either
Then come in
ignore
first.
this completely. Yeah, get better.
Yeah,
No, either ignore this part completely, or go back and watch our arena video where we go through and we really run down what we mean by finishing 30 seconds before your award give out, your reward
Yeah.
payment. Because generally speaking, games prior to today were over in a minute, and
Easily.
now with protection, they're super not. So you've got your 5 battles, and you just got to budget how you use them. So if you understood a thing Greg and Danny were just saying right now, then you
just bolted through.
Unless
Unless you're M Shane on my server, then just ignore that, man.
Yeah.
Then just
Don't even watch it. Turn it off.
I'm
before,
gonna start at
You're
10
not
minutes
welcome
and
here.
30 seconds.
actually,
you
speaking of
start
which,
whenever you want, man.
this would
Also,
be a really
Revenge
good moment.
Collider, take a hike.
Actually, I want to give a shout out to Hungry Eyes and Donkey Saurus, who I've just established connections with. I've just found 2 people on my server, which is the most exciting thing ever, who are in a chat that I was in, and so you guys, coming for you. But it is going to be crazy on the arena timers, because
Yeah, it definitely. And we were talking to Sith Lord Stu from the Discord chat,
Mhm.
right, for the channel, and he was mentioning that he had already been in a couple timed out arena battles
I've not
due
seen
to
that yet.
tankiness. Yeah, I haven't. I feel like we're all running fairly aggressive teams. Actually,
Mhm.
we're not really running
I
no
would
one's
be
running a 5.
So irate
Kylo.
if I came across that.
Oh,
Irate,
God.
is that what you
Yeah.
would be?
I would be
I'm
irate.
I would be, yeah.
Absolutely irate.
I'd be that red emoticon
I would
on
be
a phone.
incensed,
Just,
personally.
I feel though.
Thoroughly incensed.
I feel like with that scenario, and he was suggesting maybe that we should extend, or the arena timer should be extended. However, I feel like if you extend the arena timer, it's just kind of endless snowball. Then where do you stop?
Yeah. You're just
I
feeling
makes it
that-
more of
we
a
joked
puzzle,
about it
yeah.
a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
They're just going to have to, once they do this,
Yeah.
they're just going to have to take the timer to 7 minutes.
But it makes it more of a puzzle now that you've got a time limit.
I think too, if you're very careful in who you take out in the first, for example, you create like a 5v3, and
Mhm.
you've taken out their primo guys. Autoplay isn't that bad anymore.
And
It seems to be
autoplay, like
working
we were saying
better.
before,
Yeah.
you may or may not have noticed that when you hit autoplay, the animation speeds of your character perceptibly improves.
Mm,
Well,
yeah.
it increases. I don't know about improves. It's the same animation. but it's just faster. And so
Yeah, there's really cool stuff,
greatly
guys.
yeah, they also do crazy stuff. You know, if you spin, this is actually funny. You know, if you General Grievous,
Yeah.
if you bring his character up, you spin around. I don't know if you actually need to spin around a bunch, but I did. He just starts coughing.
Oh, that's pretty
Like
cool.
his little character starts coughing. But anyway,
I wonder if any other characters
have
do
little
something.
Easter eggs like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yoda just like commits like
A 7-year-old
or
told me
something.
that. A 7-year-old child told me that, and I was like, "What?" And I went immediately to check it out. But
What are you doing hanging out with 7-year-old children?
your business. and it perceptibly increases, and you can maybe just squeeze yourself out the 20-30 seconds you need over the course of 2 minutes by.
Although I can imagine if you are running a tankier team and you're trying to do those like tight arena timings for coming in first, it would be difficult to balance.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And one thing we didn't mention before is one of the annoying things now about the new protection ad is that it's harder to judge. Not harder. It's not harder. It's different. Everyone that was playing at kind of a higher level was good at judging whether or not their abilities could kill the other guy, right? And now it's different, right? It was really hard for me looking at assists, thinking, can I break through that shield?
Yeah.
Will it be enough to kill that guy, or obviously is it gonna proc Royal Guard? You know?
Yeah.
You've got to learn the amount of protection every character has, just like you have to learn their HP.
Yeah. That's just who was it? The guy on the Discord chat saying it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Learn how to ride a bike again.
Or to drive a car
Yeah,
again, or to run backwards and play polo again. I don't know, any number of analogies.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start getting into some stat rebalances, because it wasn't just protection that came into this. There was a huge number of stat rebalances. There's been some characters that have been completely dominating the meta, aka Dooku, and they've seen some nerfs. Yeah, right. So the first one we're going to talk about, Joe, you so
That's the emotion I feel.
Yeah. Joe,
Joyful Joe.
You so aptly named it Bye Bye Dooku.
Bye Bye
What do you
Dooku.
think,
Yeah.
Joe?
Well, it's no longer Star Wars Galaxy of Dooku, as it was on the Reddit last week. I kind of think this is a combination of, obviously, his stats, his attacks all got debuffed, though he wasn't attacking particularly hard in the first place. I actually think this is a result of protection more than anything else.
Yeah.
I think protection has killed Dooku, not his debuffs.
Although his debuffs were significant.
Like
Force Lightning took a 24.5% damage debuff, and Hindering Press took a 15.4% damage debuff.
Okay.
And by the way,
did it take a percentage chance of stun debuff? Because otherwise it's still the same.
Yeah. And by the way, someone was very nice to post on the Reddit Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes called For Reason, FORIZEN, and
Horizon?
he put on all these stats. So we're using your
Horizon.
stats. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Forrest.
Yeah. Joe, go ahead.
I think that actually, you know what, this could probably carry over to a lot of people, that everyone went nuts over this may be a precursor we should have mentioned beforehand, but everyone went nuts over the buffs and debuffs. And
people did not like these.
No, because, the first thing, everything kind of went down. That's the general trend. Everything went down.
Yeah,
I think
general power decrease.
I think someone did the math and worked out that, like, if you just calculate all of the percentages, it's minus 8.5% or something. Overall, across the entire roster.
Across the whole board.
Across the whole board. So if you add all the pluses and the negatives, you get to about minus 8.5%.
Okay.
I might be pulling that out of my backside, but some stat.
Take it for gospel. It's
Internet said so.
Write this down.
And so before we go on anymore, just to say, like, I don't think that as important as protection is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like why we've got protection first in this episode, not straight into stat rebalances.
Yeah, which we did in almost every other episode, right? Because that was the most important thing.
Because there was this protection thing. Yeah. But anyway, back to Dooku. I think it's really protection that's killed him, not his... Okay, obviously it sucks that he's not doing so much damage, but Dooku wasn't your damage dealer. Dooku was just making everyone dodge. And I think the biggest problem fighting a Dooku team now is going to timer from all of the freaking dodge animations.
Yeah.
You know,
Because they're not necessarily going to kill you anymore.
no, like you're going to take them down to 3 guys, and it's going to take you 2 minutes just to get enough hits on the remaining 3 guys to actually end the match. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about Dooku. Like, he is
It's
kind of
definitely.
the mighty four, you know? It's just...
I'm happy to see him fall. I mean, to be honest,
It wasn't a fun meta.
I leveled
It was
it
not
up,
a fun
right?
meta, yeah.
I was running it for a long time. It became to the point where I was running droids with Poggle and Poe, and I subbed out. Who did I sub out? My God, Poggle. Or no, sorry, I subbed out IG-88, so I could run Dooku as lead, IG-86, Genosian Soldier.
A lot of the droid comps on my server did the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Yeah,
And
Dooku
it
as
just
lead,
dodged him.
IG-86, Genosian Soldier, Poggle, and Poe. And it was even better than running the proper droids comp, because it was the point where if you got even one
dodge.
dodge,
Win.
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
win the game. Yeah.
Because the only time you lose with that team is when they take out your 86 straight away. Or
Exactly.
Your,
And
So,
I think
yeah.
protection fixed this problem.
It absolutely
It did,
did,
yeah.
just like what you're saying,
It
Joe,
stopped
yeah.
games ending in the first round. Now, going on to a character we'll get to later, who was one of the prime offenders in this one-hit meta, hasn't been hit as hard as Dooku. But yeah, I think Dooku's done.
Let's talk about Yoda.
Yeah.
Now, we seem to have come to the conclusion that yes, there was a significant Yoda debuff that
Yeah.
I was surprised after
Especially
I saw the
his
numbers.
Master Stroke, which I do think was actually too powerful.
It was very strong. However, it's almost a 70% damage decrease of his
Jeez.
Master
Poor
Stroke.
little guy.
And you know what? I don't even like that guy. 33% damage decrease of Unstoppable Force. Now, one of the things that we said is, yes, this is a significant damage debuff. However, I'm still farming him.
Definitely.
I still think he's going to be good.
Because again, like we said earlier in the episode, abilities are so important now. And he steals them and gives them to the rest of his team.
He's got a ton of abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's a little quick thief green guy.
he's just a nasty little ninja, isn't
Jumping
he?
all over the place.
Oh, doing the longest... Oh, you want to talk about killing a timer? Just get him to attack 5
Yeah,
times.
that's
That's a
true.
minute right
Yeah.
there.
the new rank 1 meta is just like characters that have
With the longest...
incredibly long
longest-
animations.
It's like Jedi Knight... All the Jedis, fancy idiots.
yeah. What's her name?
Jedi Knight Guardian. Is like...
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka, yeah.
Ahsoka,
She
there
does
you
like... She jumps and just hovers in the air. And then lands and
just
attacks.
hangs out.
Yeah.
She reminds me of like an ice skater.
Yeah. I hate ice skaters. No offense.
Tanya
ice
Harding
skaters.
of
Yeah.
All of
Jedi.
those Star Wars Galaxy of Hero ice
Alright,
skating
so
guys.
We mentioned this a bit before. Rey. Now, Rey, did she take a damage debuff? No, she did not.
She did not actually. She worked out about the same. Again, she's another one of these ones that I think protection has killed.
Yeah,
Mm.
and Foresight, as we said, just not as useful.
Mm.
Every time I saw her, I almost one-shot her. Okay, let's skip her.
Mhm.
Not
That's
that
why
important.
looking at the stats earlier.
Yeah.
Because that's just to illustrate the point that the buffs and the debuffs are not so important.
Yeah.
When I saw Rey didn't get debuffed, I wrote in our chat that we
That's
tried
true.
to arrange. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Rey probably still good, but I didn't think about the impact that protection would have.
Let's chart Joe's day. 10 a.m. Rey, most likely good. 12-ish.
Not so good.
Not so good. 2 p.m. Rey, real bad.
Yeah.
6
Arena cutoff
p.m.
time 6 p.m. Lol Rey.
All right, Genosian Soldier. Man, I can't believe this guy is still good. I think like we've seen even Sid. Sid's still pretty good, but man, he doesn't seem as amazing as he was before. Dooku again, we've seen all these gods fall of the S tier ranks, but Genosian Soldier just hangs out there. I feel like he's such a bland dude that he kind of blends into the background.
No one noticed him there.
Yeah,
Just like,
He's just a real creepy dude hiding out, just like I'm still here.
cockroach man just hanging around behind your couch.
Yeah.
He's definitely Danny. You still use him, right?
Absolutely, and that's the thing I was talking about before, where I had an assist attack, and he was one of those critters.
Yeah,
critters.
Mm.
Yeah, those guys who
Quite
crit.
fitting, yeah.
Yeah.
He is definitely
He is a
critter
critter.
in every sense
He's
of the
a
word.
critter.
Yeah, he's a critting little critter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is so plain vanilla in his ability set and stat balance that he's just, he just remains.
It's
good.
actually funny.
It's
One
good.
of our friends in our chat we have about this game, just a group of friends here, he was just like, "Is he the best guy in the game?" And he was just like so
Maybe.
frustrated because
Yeah.
I guess he just got continually killed by him.
You really, I mean, he's still S tier in my mind.
He might
He's
be
so
the
good.
best character in the game. You know, like.
I
as a
like
man.
him.
But anyway.
Overall, could be, yeah. Okay, Rebel Pilot. Now,
Resistance. Yeah.
or Resistance Pilot.
I typed
yeah.
that in wrong. My bad.
Yeah, that's also my bad for lacking the knowledge.
These guys are both them. I would have got
Yeah.
that right.
Yeah. Definitely.
Resistance Pilot, man. Joe, you were farming her. I was farming her.
Yeah.
Or
And-
him? Is it him or her?
No, I think it's her.
Is
the
it?
general consensus is that's
I think it's
the
her.
girl from one of the
Rogue One, obviously.
yeah, probably they're making a movie about her now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think our sentence ends the same way. I was farming her. You were farming her. I'm not farming her.
I'm not farming her.
The end. Yeah. She got.
I
She
wouldn't
got
even
hit.
start farming.
Yeah.
She got hit hard.
She was good because Dooku was good in my mind.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone running her without Dooku.
Yeah.
Coupled Dooku's original pure dominance with his dodge, coupled with foresight, was insane.
And,
If she
and,
got a
and,
dodge
a powerful
with
attack.
foresight up. Yeah,
And a
of
powerful
course,
primary
yeah.
and a powerful secondary.
Yeah.
Just like two attacks you have no worry about doing.
Now,
Behind it, yeah.
I think she actually could get better at 80. What do you think, Joe?
I hope so, because it does suck to
waste all our time.
no just to like kill someone dead. Like Dooku still has the stun. Dooku still has the dodge. That is a tool that you can use. But with Resistance Pilot now, I feel like most of her most powerful tools have been taken away from her, and now like. I almost feel like this is the hardest nerf of any character of this entire update.
Yeah. I mean, an unintentional nerf in a sense, but yeah.
And I mean, it is a kind of bland, plain vanilla character, like our last one, Genosian Soldier, but on the flip side, Genosian Soldier has stayed
Yeah.
flying the flag for bland, uninspirational characters. But Resistance Pilot, just got a bit whooped by this. It's looking a bit sad for her right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? She goes down to the bottom, and now they've got another character that they can work on to bring back up, which is
That's true.
how these games tend to operate.
All right, man, we've got so many guys.
This is
go
going to be a
through.
long episode.
Yeah, this is a
We
really
can
long
skip
episode.
some,
right now.
some people
Are you
through.
still here? Are you still watching?
Thank God we're handsome.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. All right, Phasma. She
Phasma.
is amazing.
Yeah.
She's so good. Obviously, we're going to talk about Advantage later on in the episode. However, I mean, still, with the... I mean, people are talking about how their arena matches are going to time limit, right? If you're going to time limit, think of all the chances you have for Phasma to proc.
Yeah.
That was her whole thing before, I think, that was really holding her back, too, was that it didn't even matter that her leader ability was so great that if she wouldn't even make it through the first minute, or her team wouldn't make it through the first minute, she never had any chance, right? It was like a dice roll of, you're hitting odds or evens or something, but if you only get to do 2 dice rolls, it doesn't even matter.
That was Arena in general prior to today.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah.
But no more so than with Phasma,
Yeah. Obviously, she's very good. Does anyone else have anything to say about that?
I'm glad I stopped farming Resistance Pilot to
Me
turn my
too.
attention to Phasma.
Absolutely.
As soon as they announced the advantage changes, I stopped farming Resistance Pilot and I started Phasma from 0.
Yeah.
And as we established earlier in the episode, I like Galactic War, so I finish it every day. And so I got her to 7 stars just today.
Oh my God, really?
Nice, congrats.
Wow, I'm
And I'll
jealous.
just say quickly that...
Literally just opened her.
Nice. I'll just say quickly that within the top 5 on my server, majority of Phasmas now, and I understand why.
I'm not sure about a lead.
Oh,
I think
trust me, it's
bad.
valid now.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not like the end all be all, but it's
I like
valid
it.
now. It's very valid.
Yeah, I like her as a
Like a
as
support.
as like you were saying, one of these pocket picks.
Poggle-esque.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a pocket pick. Today I was facing, like, it's about what team you're going to face, right?
Yeah.
I was facing a team that had a particular balance of high impact, low health characters. So I just loaded myself up with AoEs, threw a Phasma in. On my first round of attacks, I used primaries, popped Phasma, popped Poggle, that's hard to say, and then just dumped AoEs over them.
Yeah.
And that was offense up and guaranteed crit for my entire team.
Man,
And they just went blam, blam, blam. And then it was just polishing up there. It was just like dusting the dirt of their remains off the floor.
I want to watch a little arena comp of that, just 5 minutes. People getting destroyed.
I tested it out in Galactic War first and was like, oh, well, that worked pretty well. But it only works against certain builds. So again, if they have a big taunt in their team, if there's a Royal Guard in their team, don't bother.
Yeah.
But it's that team you can throw together for that one team where they're like, oh, you wanted to go all assist attack? Like, I'm going to throw my Phasma in and just wipe the floor. But then you go up against that team with a Han, a Stormtrooper Han or a Guard, and you go like, all right, now I need like my Qui-Gon in so I can get rid of your taunt. And, so it's, again, I think Phasma, instead of becoming like a must-have lead, though apparently you're saying she's doing not too bad on your server.
Not must-have, but very much.
I can
more like
still
a pocket
see
pick
her lead being good, but I can see her.
Who doesn't like attacking again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
I think we should actually do a video on because as we're discussing this more, and we were talking with guys in the Discord chat a bit earlier, and they're saying how it seems like this patch has really nerfed some teams that maybe some free-to-play players have been working towards. The Resistance Pilot, the Rey, the Dooku's, all those things. It seems like throughout the game there have been some compositions that have been truly safe. Not necessarily S tier compositions, but A tier, A minus, B plus kind of ideas where you're almost always going to be able to, if you really put in the time, hit the higher ranks.
Yeah, Phasma lead has never been bad.
Yeah, it's true.
It might not be number one every day of the week.
Before this, yeah,
it might not be number one every day of the week, but she's never been bad.
Yeah,
and kind of like with the droids, they might not have, they may have fallen off with the prevalence of Qui-Gon and Dooku. They fell off of being first every day, but they were never bad.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it comes back to that mid-range thing. Like, they are those mid-range teams, and like when the meta changes, mid-range rises, and then someone finds the broken character and exploits it, and then the guys have to go like, oh crap, and then dial it back, and then everyone goes, oh, you changed it, and then everyone starts farming that broken character, the Dooku, for example,
and then they change it again,
and then they change it. They're like, oh, you ruined my game because you fixed the broken thing. Yeah, and so it's...
Anyways,
I'm glad.
In its core, it's a collection game, and I like collecting.
Yes.
So I'm not going to stop
any
playing.
Excuse to
let's
unlock
talk
another
about
character.
collecting some things with nice colors, red coats, that Royal Guard.
So,
obviously, Royal Guard has become real good. Beast mode, just hit incredible beast mode. It's so hard to get past those. As we were saying, you need a pocket pick almost. You need a Qui-Gon in your back pocket to deal with it, or you just need to very, very carefully manage protection. If you can, what I was trying to do is just squeak off people's protections beforehand and then one-shot them, if you can. However,
I went the full just proc him, Qui-Gon him, and then keep on as you were.
Yeah, that's true. But that only works for one character. Right?
Do you know when it doesn't work? When your Qui-Gon attack gets deflected. That's when it doesn't work.
Yeah, but the thing about Royal Guard is you can do that, but then as soon as you take down another character, you're going to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
I'd maybe argue that if anything, at least in this intermittent sort of purgatory limbo meta that we're in right now, Royal Guard's a little too strong. Like, he's now, and this is not a whinge, like I've been using him all day today, as that exact pocket pick Greg was describing, but he's maybe a little too powerful.
I think he is too powerful.
Yeah, like
he's very, very strong.
When there's never a reason to not put a guy in your team, he's probably too powerful.
Yeah, he fits in so many teams.
I can't think of a team where he doesn't. Apart from maybe a pure tank team, in which case you're a butthole anyway, and you shouldn't be playing this game.
Okay, all right. Let's try and get through the rest of this. Okay, there's two things I want to talk about before for character debuffs. Number one, they debuffed or they damage scale back Koth. I feel like this is just walking up to the dorkiest kid in the playground.
Backhanding him.
Yeah, and just
pulling his pants down and then just yelling, "Look at him! Look at him!
Look at his tiny genitalia."
Just picking on the weakest of the weak.
Yeah, I know. Poor
He
man.
really needed that debuff.
And the irony of all of this is while they make droids stronger.
Yeah.
Youth goes like, "But I'm here for one reason, guys. I'm really good at killing droids." No, you're not. I'm not good at anything.
I just don't see it. And then also, they did it for Old Ben. So they chose the
that's sad.
youngest and the weakest and the oldest.
Yeah.
However, okay, Old Ben, I think in their minds, maybe they were thinking ability block is going to be really good, which we're saying it is going to be, and it does seem to be, right? But they nerfed his elegant form, which is a very nice name for the ability. I actually didn't know that until I saw that on Reddit.
He's a very for like a guy who's like 90, he's pretty elegant.
Well, you know, he's using the force.
He's Devin Hiller.
Yeah,
for sure. Around and stuff.
He has force-assisted joints.
So elegant form, 20% nerf to the damage. That's insane. It was already like being hit by a wiffle bat. He is a true support now. That is his only purpose. You cannot expect damage from that guy.
None.
All right, so let's go on.
Yeah, there's
Advantage.
so many characters to talk about, but yeah. We can
Advantage,
go on all night.
We say it is so sweet, sweet, sweet. That is part of the topic. Now let's kind of shotgun through this.
Yeah.
So all right, first part. AoE attacks, they automatically crit every hit. Joe, what does this mean to you with advantage?
You do a ton more damage in AoEs, and and AoEs become way more potent. Like there's never a time where you don't want to crit. Now you can do it all the time.
All the time. Every time.
Every time.
And with things
8%
like,
all the time.
For 2 turns,
Yeah.
providing you don't get hit twice.
and with things like, again, I'm loving Stormtrooper Hand right now. Again, with things like Stormtrooper Hand, it's twice as often, twice as hard.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Whoa. Okay, advantage will cause multi-hits moves to crit each hit. AKA raise fury of blows, magma troopers. Who cares? I don't know. I've literally never seen one attack.
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah.
Our buddy Brian just got his to 7 stars, and he's like,
And he's
Magna Trooper
bragging
guys,
about it.
and we're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever, man. But you know what? He might be onto something. but-
Maybe.
Yeah.
Could be a real sleeper. Magna sleeper.
Magna Sleeper plus Phasma. Who knows?
I'm
Okay.
going Ugnaught. I'm going full Ugnaught, guys.
Dude, he got
Yeah.
debuffed. Did you see that?
No.
He got debuffed.
Yeah.
Ugnaught.
Dude, Ugnaught.
Ugnaught got a huge debuff
Ugnaught
on his
debuff.
droid attack.
Just hanging out in the
Yeah, they're just getting drunk in a corner right now, just like, what have I done to deserve this? I was, you know, that's just proof that karma doesn't exist.
They were just hanging out. They hadn't hurt anybody for a good long
They're
time.
like, we just really hate robots that like killing humans. And they're like, yeah, well, as a result of
Robots will win.
that. Roger,
All right,
Roger.
What's up?
Okay, you can't. All right, before Danny, you were talking about this, and I wasn't quite sure when you were talking about it at first what you meant, but now I understand. So you were saying before, if a character had advantage, if you hit them twice, you could take that
Advantage goes away, yeah.
However, that does not happen anymore. So really, truly, another buff to advantage and slower moving teams.
Awful, because that just
Buff or a
means...
bug.
I don't know if it is
That's
a
a good
buff or a
point.
bug. Yeah.
Buff or a bug.
I hope it's
Yeah.
a bug because, I mean, hitting somebody twice still takes a lot of turns, right? It's
Yeah.
not like it's easy for you to do. So you take away advantage on an individual character.
Just yesterday, that would mean you'd won.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But now, because they're 100% critting, and you can't take that away, it's guaranteed 100% all the time. That's awful.
Yeah. Now, I have to admit, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I haven't really experienced the true, like, damage capabilities of advantage yet. I haven't experienced someone running what you're talking about, where you're saying Phasma as a support.
Mhm.
I haven't experienced someone running Phasma as a lead. However, I have seen some First Order Stormtroopers. I mean, they hit a little bit harder, but
I've experienced a few.
it's so. Do you think it's that much harder? Do you think advantage? Do you think we should be given the chance to take it away?
I don't know, because the ones I've faced, the AI never ever does advantage the first ability, right?
No.
So usually they do it second ability, obviously. So I've taken away like
I've noticed
3
the AI
guys
when they
before
use,
that,
I mean,
anyways.
we're mainly talking about Phasma here.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Usually the AI does the whole rain of bullets
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, exactly. So you've taken away half of the team before advantage really kicks in. So it's not like it's a huge deal, you know? If you did it right away, boom, then it would suck, maybe.
I mean, I've been experimenting with it because...
Sorry.
She.
Yeah.
She's a lady.
I can't tell under the...
She's a lady in a suit that looks like a man.
Tumblr is going to be so mad.
That's why they made it shiny, just so you know. Otherwise, they're just all a bunch of men.
Shiny.
Shiny. Oh no, because otherwise, there's a bunch of men who can just die.
Yeah,
just die. No, I was messing around with it today and bringing her in as a support, just on the teams that I have, which again is mainly droids, a bit of Qui-Gon, bit of this, bit of that, a couple of Jedis, Royal Guard, and yeah, I feel like it wasn't like crazy over the top powerful, like I suddenly just destroyed their entire team.
Yeah.
But what I definitely enjoyed doing was not using my AoEs on the first round of attacks, which you used to do just out of panic.
Yeah.
Because it was
which
like
you
would
saying
never,
before,
you would never know if you could get it out, and then getting an offense up, getting an advantage, and then throwing out some AoEs, and then
hold out, use your buffs,
then drop the AoEs, and or drop even the assists. Don't use your assist first turn.
Yeah.
Get advantage up. Because then your assisted character will get advantage as well.
Double crits.
Get guaranteed double crit. He's not going to call himself.
What do you guys think of something like, lead, what's her name? Phasma, Yoda, Fives.
Fives, I love Fives.
It's getting grosser by the word.
Fives, Kylo Ren, and then Daka.
It's a horrible team.
It's a horrible team. I don't think it's...
It wouldn't
rank
do,
one.
It wouldn't do... No, but check it out. It wouldn't do that much damage. However, just how would you kill that thing?
It's just like the quicksand team.
Yeah.
It's just the slow creeping death team. It's whether you can get it done in 5 minutes.
I think Daka's going to be a real major player, and I'm scared of Daka now.
Already so good, and now she's even be good. When people come back to life, do they come back with protection?
No, there's no way that's...
No, absolutely, because I've been using HK today,
Okay.
And he comes back to life. 25% health, but...
That's good.
Yeah.
That was a question for people that didn't know. I knew that. That was a pop quiz.
You passed. Congratulations, YouTube.
All right, let's talk about the Ewok event, and I have a little in brackets fast because it's unimportant.
And it's super important. This is the future of planet Earth. All of your money that you spend on this event will go to the WWF, which for me is the coolest part of it.
Yeah, that's definitely... That made me debate whether or not to actually spend the money.
It made me debate whether to buy an iPhone just so I could have an iOS account so I could pay for it.
If they're going to transport all the pandas to Endor.
Yeah.
And they're going to live their house.
Oh man, you know the Ewoks will look after them as well.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, they could be buddies.
Yeah. They're basically tiny pandas.
They would be like the whole C-3PO thing, like they consider them their gods. They would just serve the pandas.
And they'd be like, feed us. Do they have any bamboo
on
Endor?
We try to say Duga.
If they've made it this far, I'm not even embarrassed about these jokes.
Thanks for hanging on.
You should be embarrassed about yourself.
You've listened to us talk for a really long time at this point.
All right. Oh my God, we're on topic 7 out of 10. Okay, we're trying to blow through these. All right, challenges. They're different.
They're hard. Deal with it.
They're definitely
next one.
They're hard. However, one thing that Danny, you noticed, you were saying that
when you click on ability, those new yellow abilities,
little Omega
token things, it leads you to challenges. So that just makes me think: will they have a challenge for these? Which is very important
for the future. Maybe the highest level ability match challenge.
I know, but it's all unknown at this point, and that's kind of frustrating people,
that's
right?
what happened with hair dryers before, where before anyone had unlocked the level 74 healer support challenge. If you clicked on hair dryers, it would lead to the
and then tell you couldn't get them
events. Yeah.
So
No, it wouldn't even tell you couldn't get them. It just randomly.
You were just like, you're not there. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now we're getting to some more user submitted stuff, or is that what we should call it? Viewer submitted stuff.
Yeah.
So we're talking with some guys today.
People who use this YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're talking to some guys today in the Discord chat, and shout out to these guys. So the first one was Papa Breezy, and right, correct?
Yes.
Yep, Papa Breezy.
Yeah. And he was saying Old Daka good. He was saying he's done really well with Old Daka. He climbed like 70 ranks just adding her in there, or was he just lucky? Yeah. Let's just do a vote here. Good or lucky, Joe?
Hands up, you think she's good?
Good. Yeah,
she's good. Yeah, and she just got better today. So, bully for you that you farmed her and you got her because you just you bet it on you backed a winner. So
she's definitely I can't imagine. I actually haven't fought her yet in this meta. But I can't imagine the pain of taking all the time to get someone down in this meta and then having them come back.
Yeah, it scares me.
Or having multiple characters come back. Or even with her unique ability where you kill the guy and he just comes back on his own. Even with her
that's
not
the one that
using
I
her
hate.
heal.
Because if she has to use her heal and then there's a chance, it's that one where you just kill a guy and they just like there's not even an animation. They're just like, "Look, I'm back."
Yeah.
It's
They're
like, I'm in.
So yeah, definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we were talking to also in the Discord chat Redemption Wings, and he was saying that one of the things that he doesn't like about the new patch is that the game will take a little bit longer to play.
Kind of already mentioned this before.
Yeah, we mentioned this before. He said he likes the changes in Arena. It's definitely more like a chess game, which I definitely agree with you with, because okay, maybe the chess analogy won't be perfect here, but I think before
it's like riding a bike backwards or learning to fish again.
Before the opening moves of each arena battle were incredibly RNG and also incredibly important. I can imagine if people didn't know the proper opening moves, that you would definitely lose a lot.
Yeah, and more than anything, like an arena game is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was then, it is now. Like, you're never going to play more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think his main gripe was Galactic War.
Yeah.
And he has a point.
It's definitely Galactic War is a bit of a mission now. I don't think it's a problem for us because, pretty much this is one of the main games that we play right now.
Yeah. If I'm playing, if I'm looking at my phone, I'm either ignoring your text messages or playing.
Yeah.
I've mostly uninstalled every other game on my phone.
Yeah.
This one, so.
There needs to be room.
So it's no big deal.
In case they do any more of those little 5 megabyte updates.
Okay, so we discussed those. Thanks a lot, guys. We actually just kind of quickly did that on the fly. Went into the Discord chat and asked for some people to submit some ideas, and we really appreciate it. We'll definitely add more to that to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're adding a new section. We were talking about this section a bit before the show. We're going to call this section "It's More Than a Feeling."
More than a feeling. Oh,
man. Sorry, bro. It was perfect.
It was a harmony, so we're
perfect.
singing the same bad thing badly.
So, it's more than a feeling. Lindy is on the side laughing at us.
It's not funny, Lindy. That's how I sing.
That was perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Just trying to be really nice.
Pitch
That was good.
I should have.
That was good, guys. Okay, so we were discussing this a little bit even before the patch. HK47, it seems that the AI just has a constant lust to attack HK47. Anytime we've ever put him in our teams, they just love going at this guy, which is amazing because
it's more than a feeling.
It's more than a feeling.
I feel like that has been happening to me as well.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of those things in these games where you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, I could swear that Dooku's dodge is way more than friggin' 25%. Or
his multi-attacks.
Oh, the multi-stun, like, you got a 0.1% chance of doing that every time you do it. But yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like they have a little AI ghost in the shell there that knows HK is going to revive, thus they need to get rid of him as quickly as they can so he can revive, so they can keep going at him again.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Actually, maybe they're like, this is the only guy that'll come back. We have to take him out first.
Yeah, maybe the AI is like a little like fixated.
It seems so. What we really want to know is, this is kind of one of our questions from this video. If you made it this far, maybe you'll answer it. Is that HK47? If you guys run this, do you see this? Because it really, before we're just kind of joking about it, that it seems like they attack it, but now it really seems like it. It seems like maybe it is a bug, maybe it is something that's put in the game. Who knows? But you're running all these glass cannons with them, right? If you're running HK47, especially most of the time you're running his lead, and you're running all these other glass cannons, and they're not attacking them, they're attacking HK47, which is awesome.
Ghost taunt. Oh, just one quick...
Ghost taunts.
One quick little addition to that. HK47, before this update, if you were to click on his ability that he comes back 75% of the time, the next level was 100% of the time.
Yay!
But they took that away.
Oh,
he's now at like max or something. Or
no, they've taken away all things that you can't get, so that people, you know, why I think they've done it is, you know how everyone pre-made their furnaces because they knew it was coming, and then they changed it, and everyone got upset. I think what they've done is they've removed all things that you can't get in the current build.
So if they change it, you're not going to keep this stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think those guys probably can, maybe once we get past level 80, hopefully in a very long time, you can do that. But they've just made it invisible now, as opposed to leaving it there and letting you get ready for it.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I heard.
That's okay. That does make sense, actually. All right. Now we've run kind of over time with this episode. Normally we would do our "When You Wish Upon a Star" segment here. That wasn't as good as the "More Than a Feeling." Get it right, dude. So for our "When You Wish Upon a Star" segment this time, we were going to talk about. We know that, or we think we know, that in raids you'll most likely be using your roster. However, we wanted to think about, what if you were using ships? What if they added ships and raids at the same time? And when you did raids, you were not using your roster, you were using your ships. They created some sort of galactic, space battle dogfights, and that was your raids. Now, we haven't really talked much beforehand as to what each one of us would like about that, but since the episode has run so far over time, what I was thinking is we would propose to you guys who are watching, what would you like to see if raids were ship-based, and how do you think they would go about that? One of the ideas that we were kind of throwing around was that you'd have to travel to the raid.
Yeah, like you gotta go raid somewhere, right?
Yeah,
you gotta get there.
Yeah,
but then
you could actually show up late or something. That would be amazing.
Some guy shows up. Yeah, Han would show up late in the Millennium Falcon. Like, sorry guys.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool.
Or you get some
had
buff
to keep
for showing up late.
Yeah, definitely.
You had to keep
Fashionably
building your ship to get further for different raids.
That'd be
That'd be
awesome.
kind of cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You tell us.
Yeah. You tell us. Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll get carried away all over again.
Alright, thanks a lot for staying till the end of it. This is Greg, Danny, and Joe out for Ritual Gaming. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.